Hide and seek, reason and rhyme, grand and glorious. Living the dream, yours and mine, euphoria. Hide and seek, reason and rhyme.
Hello. What I want to talk about is letting go and letting God. Lately, all kinds of interesting, unusual things have been happening, tests and so forth in our lives. And one of the things that some of the Vardan masters and spiritual travelers are taught is to learn how to have spiritual discipline, to focus the attention on the spiritual instead of the distractions, the trivial, the mundane, the insignificant, the irrelevant, and place more and more attention, greater love, greater consciousness on God, on Vardan, Divine Spirit, God, Hure, and the spiritual. The more that we do this, there are all kinds of techniques that we practice to bring this into more and more state of consciousness. There are mini spiritual exercises where you can do an exercise for just a couple minutes. There are larger spiritual exercises, the ones that we do daily, such as what are written in the discourses, to leave the body. And then there are techniques like chanting the zikr, such as highly charged, high vibration, divine words that have a resonance and a sound and a high frequency. They open up our consciousness to the sound current. With God, it can come down in this world through the Vardan. It doesn't come down to this world, but the Vardan flows down into the lower worlds as light and sound. And when we open ourselves up to this light and this sound current, it is like riding a wave. When we're the Master connects us with this returning wave home to God. If you look at the word human, hu-man, the word hu means God, very ancient. Human or God-man, meaning we can be God conscious, God aware, God centered, until we fill ourselves like a cup with God's presence, till we fill ourselves like a cup with the spiritual things. If you wish, we can chant Hu 5 times and feel pure spirit and gratitude at chanting God's name. A high vibration melody. So let's start 5 times. H-U. 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 May the blessings be. The living Vardan Master is a teacher of Vardankar who shares how to return to Hure, God. The different Vardan Masters working with him in great divine love guide beautiful students that we work with in what are called temples of golden wisdom, or Vardan temples of golden wisdom. This is a map of heaven, we call a Vardankar God Worlds chart. And it shows the lower heavens or lower worlds of reincarnation. And far, far above them are the pure, positive God worlds, whose light and sound is higher. As you go to the different levels in the God worlds, you go higher and higher frequency, vibration, consciousness, and the fineness and purity of light and sound, such as the Anami Loch, the 11th plane, and then the ocean of love and mercy, the home of God, is an endless universe of magnificent white light and pure sound. It's an ocean of whiteness, particles of light that go on and on forever. Speaking of out-of-body experiences or spiritual experiences, boy, I remember once I was really spiritually tested. I was quite ill. In fact, I was so ill I could barely concentrate at all. You'd say I couldn't concentrate. One of the things Alan, who is a spiritual traveler, teacher, one of the things he said to me was that on the inner planes he saw me, and he saw that I was holding on to this gigantic ball of pain, and that I wouldn't let go. And he was saying that it was pulling me down to the mental plane. And so he gave me this wonderful spiritual exercise. He basically said, let go of the ball of pain, and I cried, I can't. And then at one point he gave me a spiritual exercise. And I was in so much extreme discomfort and extreme pain that my attention could basically only hold on to the exercise for the tiniest of moments, like a second at a time almost. And so I repeated the exercise in that 1 second or few seconds. And I would repeat that over and over again, that 1 second of the exercise. It was the intention. Part of the exercise was focusing deeply on the pure, positive God worlds with this high-pitched, beautiful melody like a symphony of God, a sound current. And the light is all-pervading, all-knowing, all-aware, unlimited. Well, anyway, I kept doing this 1 second over and over and over again, and I did this for 3 months. And it seems as though, I did as best as I could, and I kept persisting at it, and 3 months later, I had this very vivid inner spiritual experience where I saw the teacher, the master, pull the illness off of me 1 particle at a time. And it was funny because right after I had that inner experience, I immediately started getting better and recovering. And I just thought I would share that, how with every aspect of life, we can do spiritual exercises to pull our state of consciousness to a higher level, to a higher plane of reality, or as the spiritual masters say, the initiate always dwells in the pure, positive God worlds. And so, even if our efforts are less than perfect, our intention to doing the very best that we can pull us beyond what seems to be possible in the moment. So, I just thought I would share that. And I want to say that we just have so many wonderful, beautiful, lovable students. When I hear that they move up spiritually to higher levels, it's one of the things that brings great joy to my heart. when times are challenging, it gives me great joy to see when Divine Spirit, the Varden, is lifting them up and making their lives more joyful on the spiritual level. Well, that's all I wanted to share. And much joy to you. May the blessings be.